All right, rubbernecks. For all you guys who are thinking that they're going to move to Latin America and get away from some authoritarian dictator or whatever, well, let me show you what freedom is like and what it sounds like, okay? Let's go outside. Now, the time is about 4:30 a.m., 4:40 a.m. These are my neighbors that are on a street over and behind me, okay? It's a party going on. It's been going on all night long, and it is Christmas, you guys, Christmas Eve. It's Christmas morning now. And a lot of gringos that are in, Facebook groups and expat groups will complain about the music going on. They might even call the cops on your neighbors for the noise. You might even hear people screaming. You might hear people fighting, and you might think, I should call the cops. Or you might roll around in your bed all night long. You might even hear explosions, and they're not even pretty fireworks. It's black powder. And you think anybody calls the cops? Hell no, because if the cops did come, first of all, they're going to tell them that you called the cops. And second, they're going to give them some tamales and a beer. And the cops are going to hang out with those people, and the music is not going to get turned down. And there's probably going to be some dancing going on. And then you will look like the butthole who called the cops on them. This is a true statement. So for all of you guys who, I can't wait to move to Mexico, or I can't wait to move to Colombia, or I can't wait to move to even Puerto Rico, who's part of the United States. This is Latin America. If you don't like noise, and if you don't like your dogs being scared and spooked by the sound of explosions from black powder going off at any hour of the night, and by the way, it's morning time. This might go on till 7 in the morning. But guess what? I personally like it. I've been overseas for many, many years now, and I might not participate, but I have learned to accept that this is part of their culture, and there is not a damn thing that you can do about it, because you are never going to change the culture. No matter where you go in Latin America, if it's in the city, or in my case, way out in the country, far from civilization, right now, in the city, the exact same thing is going on. There are no noise ordinances. There are no people calling the police. Hello, police. My damn neighbors are playing the music again. They could have a live band. Okay? Think about the US or Europe in the 1970s. That is what it's like to live in Latin America. The noise and the black powder kabooms going off all night scaring the shit out of your dogs, that's real. That is really real. If it is not something that you enjoy and you go participate, keep in mind that you're going to be the one man out. See, they know not to invite me because, for one, I don't drink and I find parties boring. I'm an introvert, so that's not my thing. And they know it's not my thing. They also know that I'm the local teacher. And they might bring me presents, stuff like that, but I don't give away presents. I don't participate in Christmas at all, or birthdays, or any holidays at all on my own. Now, if I'm in a situation where a parent or somebody might invite me for the kids' party to go have the piñata and have some cake and some tortillas, or not tortillas, and have some tamales, then I will go for about 30 minutes and I'll be gone. But you hear that? That's black powder. Those are explosions. We don't call the cops on our neighbors here. They let this go on all night, practically every night, anywhere, and in the next morning, nothing happened. That's why we have a good time living in Latin America, and we let shit slide, because it's just not that important to be stressed out about that kind of neighbor, because there's always going to be one no matter where you go. Now guys, I've lived in many countries in the world, in Europe, Southwest Asia, Latin America, North, Central, South America. None of this bothers me. It used to bother me to the point where I would just hate my neighbors. But you got to realize it's a force to be reckoned with. That is literally the term that I would use. It is a force to be reckoned. It's an inevitable force. When you move to Latin America, it is going to be peaceful because no one's going to bother you. Well, what about the cartels? What about all that shit? They don't mess with us. Yeah, that's what I don't tell you about on the news. Now, they may get some gringo tourist who's running around looking for drugs or hookers or, doing some weird shit. But for the most part, and I've lived in Medellin, Colombia, which was the murder capital of the world. Now I'm in Mexico, the number 4 most dangerous country in the world, and been here many years, and it's not been that way. So if this bothers you, and I'm telling you guys from a veteran, okay, that at one point couldn't leave my house, this right here is the equation. This is the part of the equation that helps you get just a little bit better, and that is the serenity prayer. And that is, Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, because you haven't got a chance in hell in changing it. The courage to change the things I can, which is myself and my reaction to the world, and the wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom is the things I could change, which is me, myself, and my attitude towards the world, and the things I haven't got a chance in hell in changing, and that would be this. Because if this bothers you, you might go, well, I'm going to go move to a golf club. Listen, I lived in the golf country club, the fancy places. Doesn't matter. Even the golf country clubs, let me tell you something, they have the best parties because they can hire the biggest mariachi bands or even reggaeton stars for their kids' quinceañera, and they may drop 20 grand just to have the artist come. And it'll be louder than this. It's like a Metallica concert, loud, in a golf country club. So, and again, anywhere you go, this is the culture. You haven't got a chance in hell in changing it. So, that is my message for you guys. I want you to listen to this, because I might get demonetized for the music, but I don't care, because it would be more fun for me to show you that this is what life is really like in Latin America. Now, if I had some lights on out here, I could show you my trees that I got out here. I got bursting with lemons right now. In the backyard, I got peaches here, peach trees. I don't have any visible right now, but it's full of flowers. The backyard, I got guava trees that I literally have a 5-gallon bucket that just fell out of the tree yesterday. And a mango tree, and an avocado tree. I've got rosemary growing in the garden here. Those are the things that matter to me. And a space for my 10 dogs to run around. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you understand that Latin America may not be the dream that you dreamt of, because when you move here and you suddenly realize, oh shit, I'm locked in, the first weekend that you move in, you're like, oh, hi neighbor, hi everybody, I'm from the United States, I'm from Canada, I'm from Jordan, I'm from Germany. And you realize that it's noisy. You go, oh no, I have made a mistake, because you're not going to hear this kind of noise in Germany. No, you won't hear this music in the United States unless you live out in a farm country, because people call the cops. People call the cops for the dumbest reasons, because everything you like and everything you want to escape from is here. Everything you like is illegal. And if music and loud people and drunks, and you may even be in your front yard and have people walking by, and maybe you see a fight, but it's Christmas. It's literally just one day of the year, but it's like this every weekend. So like I said, if noise and things like that bother you, don't move to Latin America, because this is the real thing. This is really what it's like. And Christmas. That is it. There's people singing. Probably 50 people over there right now just partying their asses off. And you're going to get this every weekend, all the time. And it might be from that house over there, or it might be that house over there, or it might be that house back there. But it is all the time, everywhere. And it doesn't matter where you go in Latin America. It doesn't matter where you go in Latin America. I go to my front yard. I go to my backyard. I go out here to the cornfield. I go over there where the pumpkins are growing. I go over here to the tractor mechanic. I'll go down to the store. I might go to the butcher shop. I might go over to the taco stand. And guess what you're going to hear? Everywhere. Music. Music and people carrying on. People drinking. People fighting. You might see people making out like the 70s. And like I said, this might bother you to see all this, and you might go into culture shock, and I hope you do. But before you move your ass down here, probably come and spend 1 month and rent an Airbnb in a non-gringo tourist trail area and experience what Mexico is really like as a local. And then decide whether or not, oh, I'm researching Mexico. It sounds so wonderful. I love Mexican people. They're so nice. I love tacos. This is real Mexico. Not what you see online with the cartels and the people in Jalisco or the people in the border shooting at each other over drugs as if. Then you'll come and you will be in shock, because what you see on TV is not the Latin America that we live in. And I realize a lot of it is a psyop to keep people out of here. And people always say in the comments, well, yeah, well, I heard about those tourists who crossed the border from Brownsville. Yeah, those were idiots. Those were idiots that didn't realize that they came across the border looking for drugs to smuggle back over the border to go sell drugs in Texas. They didn't think this through. But you don't know this, but the cartels operate like the fucking CIA. They monitor, basically they might be monitoring this video right now. You cross the border with drugs, you better believe someone knows it. And if you go running around asking for drugs, they're going to know about it. Because they're basically like the police. But this is what you get. You want to move to Mexico, 4:35 in the morning till 7 a.m. Music and people partying, getting trash drunk, dancing. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to, but you cannot change the culture and tell the people, you need to turn the music down. I mean, you're not going to change anything. And I know some people that are just so hard-headed. They think, well, I'm going to be moving down there and I'm not going to let that happen. Yeah, you are. And you could call the cops all you want. And what'll happen is the cops will participate with the party and then turn around and tell the people who you call the cops on who you are and what you did. And you might be indignant, but they don't care. This is not your country. You're not changing shit. Like I said, if you listen to the serenity prayer, it's God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So if you really think that you can change people, you can't. Have a good time and have a Merry Christmas, because this is the Merry Christmas that I get to experience year after year in every country all over Latin America. I'm the professor, and I hope you stay blessed. Change your mind, because you can't change your culture. Later.